Animal Protection Laws of the World Part 6. Animal Welfare and Protection Laws.
Malawi, Protection of Animals Act 1960. A person who cruelly beats, ill-treats, or tortures an animal shall be guilty of an offense and be liable to a fine or up to 6 months in prison.
Malaysia, Animal Act of 1953, revised by Act 647 of 2006 and the Animal Welfare Act 2015. In protecting the welfare and rights of all animals, Malaysia enacted the Animals Act that sets out the punishments for animal abusers. It states that a person found guilty of such acts will be fined and may face imprisonment. Those caring for animals must ensure suitable lodging, healthcare, and food for them.
Malta, Animal Welfare Act 2001. The Animal Welfare Act states, animals shall not be caused any unnecessary pain, suffering, or distress, and no animal shall be abandoned. Any person who keeps any animal or who agrees to look after an animal shall be responsible for its health and welfare. Those guilty of animal cruelty or ill treatment may be fined up to 55,000 euros and given 3 years imprisonment. Penalties are even harsher for repeat offenders who may pay a maximum of 80,000 euros.
Mauritius, the Animal Welfare Act 2013. It is forbidden to torture or subject an animal to distress, pain, or suffering, fail to provide the animal with sufficient food, drink, or shelter, cause distress, pain, or suffering during transport or while doing labour, confine them such that natural movement is not possible, or use them for animal fighting. Those found guilty may be fined and or imprisoned for up to 6 months.
Montenegro Animal Welfare Law. Over 60 different violations of this law are punishable by a fine ranging from 20 to 200 times the minimum wage in Montenegro.
Namibia, Animals Protection Act 71 of 1962. Any person who commits acts of cruelty to animals is guilty of an offence and liable to a fine or to imprisonment for up to 1 year without the option of a fine.
Nepal Animal Welfare and Protection Act 2011. Specifying which conduct is or is not permissible, this law states that animals are living sentient beings and therefore deserve due consideration and respect from peoples, civil society, and the state. Animal caregivers are required to attend properly to the welfare of the animals.
The Netherlands Animals Act 2011. Dutch law recognises the intrinsic value of animals as sentient beings and requires caregivers to protect animals from thirst, hunger, physical discomfort, pain, injury, and illness, etc. It is against the law to carry out experiments on primates or test cosmetics on animals. Animal cruelty is a crime punishable by fines or imprisonment of up to 6 months.
New Zealand Animal Welfare Act of 1999, amended 2015. The Act recognizes animals are sentient beings. Those caring for animals must ensure proper and sufficient food and water, adequate shelter, the opportunity to display normal patterns of behavior, appropriate physical handling by humans, protection from and rapid diagnosis of injury and disease. Related penalties are up to 1 year's imprisonment and or a fine of up to 50,000 New Zealand dollars, about 33,000 US dollars. In addition, harming wild animals can incur up to 5 years imprisonment and or a fine of up to 100,000 New Zealand dollars, about 66,000 US dollars.
Nicaragua, Law for the Protection and Welfare of Domestic Animals and Domesticated Wild Animals.
The protection of all species of domestic animals and domesticated wild animals is declared of national interest against any act of cruelty that causes them injury, suffering, or death, caused or allowed by the human being, directly or indirectly. Penalties for violating the law include fines, confiscation of the animal from the caregiver, and prohibition of keeping animals for up to 5 years.
Thank you, and may heavens bless and shield you, those countries that protect the innocent animals.
If we have missed out on your country's protective noble law due to unavailable data, we sincerely apologize. This list will be updated according to newfound info.
More and more awesome news for animals is coming. For more details, please visit suprememastertv.com/GCA.